Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As of every week, we will jump into the fundamental, sentiment and technical analysis of different currencies to combine currency pairs to see which opportunities we have during the next week. Also, we will go back into the previous week to see which pair I traded and what positions I'm currently in and what are my expectations coming into the next week. Before we start with the fundamental analysis, if you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for weekly analysis like this. Let's start first with the fundamental analysis. From a fundamental perspective, which is this ranking area, not the deviation ranking, so the ranking alone, we have the US dollar is very strong and the New Zealand dollar is the weakest. Okay, also we have the Canadian dollar is weak, also the Swiss franc. This is from a fundamental, so data standpoint. Now, from deviation of forecast standpoint, we have the Swiss franc is the strongest and the pound is the weakest. After we combine the fundamental and sentiment analysis, we get the currency strength. We have the Japanese yen strongest and the New Zealand dollar the weakest. Also, we have another trade ideas like CAD JPY, New Zealand JPY, Pound AUD Pound, Pound USD, USD CAD, NSD USD. So I can take these three right here and these three right here, and based on data, I can see which currency pairs I can take. During previous week, if you watch the previous video, I analyzed the pound AUD and I said that if data aligns with the fundamentals, I will be taking a short position on pound Australian dollar. This is the previous week trade that I took, and as you can see, I'm in profit right now. My target is at these daily lows, or if the RSI go to the lowest of previous times, so I will be taking out my position. The idea behind it was first from my strategy, Australian dollar is much stronger than the pound UK. Okay, so the currency of the United Kingdom, the pound. If we come into the previous week, so we analyze how did I enter the market. At Monday, 12 a.m., we've got the manufacturing PMI of Australian dollar and it came higher than forecast. This will give me sentiment that the data is aligning with my strategy so I can take a short position. So let's go into Monday 12 a.m., which is right here. Data came out positive for the Australian dollar, so I just need to wait for 1 hour shift in market structure in order to take the position. This is the opening, we went up and then we went down on Tuesday. Tuesday we had the shift in market structure. I didn't like the entry right here and the stop loss at this area because my risk to reward ratio would be around 1 to 2 or 1 to 1.6, which is not ideal. What I waited is for retracement and I entered at the retracement right here, anticipating a price to go lower. So my entry was at this area right here when this candle was going up. Then as you can see, prices started to move lower. So it's 1 to 2.7 like this. Price start going lower, and also during Thursday there was at 2 p.m. local time the Bank of England interest rate decision. And from a deviation perspective, the pound is the weakest. So for sure there was a 25 basis points cut from my strategy, but also there was anticipation of a 50 basis points cut. So at both ways, I know that prices, when the data comes out of the Bank of England interest rate, prices will drop on the pound Australian dollar. Also, I could have taken a scalping position, but I did not take it. As you can see right here, at 2 p.m. data came out and boom, immediately. So this is an 80 pips move, 90 pips move. So from the sentiment deviation, I could have also taken a short position, scalping position at the data coming out. So before this candle, 1 a.m. candle closes at 1:58, 1:57 p.m., I can take a short position assuming prices will go down from my strategy, and I could have made some profits. But since I'm trading on my live account as a swing trader or as a fundamental trader, I'm just entering in the right time, in the right price, and having good targets. So the idea right here, from a fundamental and sentiment perspective, that the data came out positive for the Australian dollar, so we had an opportunity to short this pair. Now coming into the technical analysis of this pair, we were in a supply zone, we were above 50% above the moving average, and also above the 200 and 100 moving averages. So from a price standpoint, technical standpoint, we are in a good zone to sell from. Aligned with the fundamentals, aligned with the sentiment, it was a great idea to take this position, and I'm still holding. We shall see the next week how will play out. Next week we'll have data on Thursday for GDP. So during GDP on Thursday, I might close the position, whether it comes negative or positive. We shall see first how it will play out from Monday till Thursday 9 a.m. I am anticipating prices to keep going lower and to break this consolidation candle after Thursday's news. So Thursday, great candle to the downside, consolidation candle. I'm anticipating continuation because fundamentals, sentiment, and technical analysis are aligned. Now, this is from a trade idea that I took previous week. Let's jump into some opportunities we have during this week. This week might be a little bit off for me because I have a lot of other things to do rather than just trading, but we will dive into some currency pairs to analyze technically. Let's see the CAD JPY pair. CAD JPY, we are looking to short this pair, but as you can see, we are very below the moving averages, and on the RSI, we are at the lower end. So from a technical perspective, even though the pair is bearish, there is no way I can enter a trade based on a technical perspective from here. Let's jump into the USD CAD pair. So USD CAD is much better than the CAD JPY, but I'm willing to wait a little bit more in order to take a better position, whether it be on this red candle or this red candle. So I am waiting to see retracement into this area right here, into the moving averages. RSI is below 50 and below the RSI moving average, data aligning, and we can take a long position, but we need to wait. Jumping into NSD JPY. NSD/JPY already missed the opportunity right here to take a short position, and we are now overextended to the downside and very away from the moving averages, so there is no way I can take a short position. Even if data comes positive, we are very overextended from a technical perspective, so I don't put this risk onto me. Okay, I wait. If my prices are good, so around 89, I can take a short position. Otherwise, I'm just waiting and watching. Jumping into NSD USD. NSD/USD, we are still away from the moving averages, but we are in a consolidation area. Maybe if we come into this zone right here with the right data, I will be looking to short this pair. Right here is around the moving averages, RSI above 50, and we are in a supply zone. So great area to sell from, around the 0.58 area. Okay, we shall see. So let's mark it and see if data will come. So pound JPY already moved a lot, so no need for it. Let's see AUD and SD. So AUD and SD, I was looking to take a long position, but because I was sleeping, it was my bedtime, I didn't have the opportunity to enter, and prices just moved higher. So also this would have been a great trade opportunity previous week, but you know you cannot catch all the moves because the Australian dollar time, usually news time, are around 2 a.m. my local time. So if at 8 a.m. there is no retracement into the area that I would have entered from, there is no opportunity for me to enter the trade. So a little bit sticky with the Japanese yen and the Australian dollar because their data comes out when I'm sleeping. Let's see AUDCAD. So AUDCAD, I am looking to buy Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar, but we need a little bit more retracement, or we are even in a good area. So right here we are in a good area, RSI below 50, and we are at this support and break of structure zone. So and we are below the moving averages. If data comes out positive for the Australian dollar or negative for the Canadian dollar, I am looking to trade this pair. So this pair is on my watch list. This pair is on my watch list. ADS and SD is not on my watch list. So we remove it. Let's see which pairs we can look at. Also, we have pound USD. So GBP USD. Okay, pound USD is at a good area to sell from, but we are a little bit away from the moving averages. So I would like price to get back into this area right here before I take any short position. So this is a pair I am looking at. Let's see pound AUD. I already took this position, so there is no much things to look at next week. We are just waiting. Just the AUD CAD is maybe I would have a position on AUDCAD during next week to take a long position on this pair. So from the fundamentals, Australian dollar is much stronger than the Canadian dollar from a fundamental perspective and from a sentiment perspective. Now what I do is that I see that I have an opportunity on the AUDCAD. We are in a great area to buy from. So what I do is I go into the next week data to see which days I might take a long position. So we have Tuesday consumer confidence change on Australian dollar and consumer confidence index, very important. Let's see if there is any news for the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar. Okay, great. So there is no news immediately after the Australian dollar data for the Canadian dollar, which make it easier for me to take a position. So during Tuesday at 1:30 a.m. local time, Westpac Consumer Confidence Index. I look for the index. If actual comes above forecast and we are in a great area to buy from at AUDCAD, I will be looking to long this pair. Hopefully Monday will be a red candle day to retrace into this area right here. The RSI will be lower, and then at 1:30 a.m. data comes positive for the Australian dollar, which would help the pound AUD trade to go lower and help me get a long position on AUD CAD. So this is everything I'm looking for the next week and what I did during previous week. If you like this type of content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for weekly analysis like this. Until the next video, stay safe.